Welcome, Leo, to High Priestess Influence and to your general intuitive tarot guidance for March 16th through the 22nd. Of course, dates are approximate and flexible. So this will be for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, approximately March 16th through the 22nd. But remember, dates are approximate and flexible. You may find resonance with this message whenever you view it, or none at all since it's general. Just take anything that resonates with you, leave the rest for someone else. And remember, Leo, never put anyone else's judgment or opinion above your own. You know what's best for you, Leo. Also, keep in mind that the cards are here as guides, not as predictors. I view my readings as guidance. So it is my intention to attract the cards and the intuition that will best serve those of you who actually view this message. And also, Leo, if you would like to support this channel, all you have to do is click like, give it a thumbs up, or if you don't like it, you could give it a thumbs down. Consider subscribing and clicking the bell for notifications. Just simple ways to support the channel. I would really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And also, I may be adding some new readings in the next few weeks as I expect to have some time that it will be freeing up for me. So you might want to be on the lookout for some different types of readings. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here, Leo. If you've been with me before, you may know that I usually include the card selection, but long story short, I had some technical difficulties and I am not technically savvy, to say the least. So here we have the card selection done already, and let's dive in. From the minor arcana, we have the physical realm on the left, the mental realm in the middle, the spiritual realm on the right. So in other words, what you're experiencing in your physical world, what's on your mind, message from the spiritual realm, like advice. And then from the major arcana, we have the overall energy of death here. So let's start with the physical realm. This is a very spiritual message, my dear Leo. It was even surprising to me as I started talking it through in the original recording before I messed it up. But in your physical realm, this is really about your physical experience here. This is you going through the motions of your everyday life. Maybe going to work or taking care of the kids if you have them, cleaning your home, running the errands, paying the bills, all of that stuff, interacting with your family, your coworkers, your friends. This is kind of like, you are going through the motions, handling things, juggling life. And I feel for most of you, doing it well, doing it fine, but it feels very routine. And now we all fall into that whole routine. And I almost feel like a rut for some of you. It's not awful. It's just maybe a little boring. I'm sensing that some of you are experiencing boredom in your everyday life, going through the motions, going through the routines. If you recognize that in yourself, Leo, then this reading is probably for you. But yeah, it's like nothing serious. It's just kind of a, going through the motions, everyday life, mundane. So in your mental realm here, with the Knight of Cups, this is what's on your mind. And for some of you, I feel like it's at the back of your mind. You may not even almost be aware that you are thinking this or contemplating it. And when I say this, you might be like, oh yeah, I kind of have been, feeling that way lately. And yet, and others of you are going to be aware immediately when I say this. But I feel here with this Knight of Cups that you are asking yourself, what else is there? is there more out there for me, or is this all there is? And it's not with a sense of despair or anything. It's kind of like, universe, really, is this all there is? Just me going through the motions of everyday life? I feel like there should be more. I feel as though there's more to life than what I've been experiencing lately. And I love, love, love the answer. I mean, Leo, this is amazing. First of all, it's your fiery energy of the wands. But this is the answer. Yes, Leo, of course there is more to life than this. Leo, there is more to life than meets the eye. Leo, take this wand and grow with it. Go with it and grow with it. Expand with it. So I think did I say at the beginning that I thought this was a very spiritual message? So what I'm feeling here, my Leo friends, is that the universe wants you to embrace your curiosity. Embrace your spiritual curiosity. Allow it to grow. Allow new experiences, teachers, lessons in. Be open to a new direction, a new way of looking at life. I really got the message just now. You must be open-minded, Leo, but I feel as though that's for some of you. I feel some of you are already very open. I feel as though some of you might not be open due to maybe like religious ways in which you were raised. And I don't feel here as though this message is telling you that you need to abandon any, religious beliefs that you were raised with, but that you can be open to enhancing those beliefs or understandings, because I also just got the feeling that when you are open, you are capable of understanding so much more deeply and so much more for yourself, that some things that you were told by other people was from their understanding and may not be like the whole picture for you, or the whole picture, like because you were maybe it's something you were taught by. I'm trying to get a hold of this feeling here. It's not like you were taught wrong things or anything like that necessarily. It's more like you were taught by other people, and so their understanding is only as advanced as they are in their human form, right? And I feel like there's a deeper understanding out there for you. So be open to like a deeper understanding or enhancing your spirituality, the spirituality that you might already have. And for some of you, I feel like maybe you're not all that spiritual, or you're new to spirituality, or you're new to this. And so you want to make sure you're open to deeper understanding, spiritual messages, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I can totally relate to this, Leo, because I mean, I'm sure it started earlier because I feel like these things start subtly, but it was really about 12 years ago that I can put my finger on a life changing experience. Like, it didn't, it did change things in a big way for me. It was wonderful, but it was really only the beginning, and it was slow, progress. Well, it was pretty fast for me at the time, but little did I know that over time it would snowball, and then more and more things would come quickly to me. So I'm feeling as though some of you are maybe at the point where I was like 12 years ago, and I ain't no youngin' here. So it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. I mean, I look at the wisdom of some spiritual people out there, and they're so young, and I think, wow, they get this stuff so much earlier than I did, and it's amazing to me. But it doesn't even matter. We all came here for our own experience and expansion, and we had some intentions before we came in, and some of us maybe wanted to get more of the mundane earthly experience in before we reached certain spiritual levels, so that we could use those experiences in a certain way, and others came in here so open to enlightenment and understanding and all of that, at very young ages. So it doesn't matter where you are at. I feel as though the universe is handing you this wand and letting you know that, religious or not, spiritual or not, wherever you are now, here's this wand, and embrace it, and embrace the curiosity, because there's so much more out there for you. There's such a beautiful and deeper understanding of the universe, how things work. It's you can feel even more free and more positive. You can raise your vibration to like a higher point, like where your natural vibration is, where your everyday vibration is, can be raised even higher. Okay, so now I know why I had the technical difficulties, because I have a lot more to say as I hold this Ace of Wands in my hand. I mean, while I do this, I'm like, actually, I just like stare out the window. I'm not really looking at anything in particular, but it's just, this is so much more than I was saying in the other video before I had the technical difficulty. So I do know why I had them now. I feel like this message is for a wide range of you. Now, it's for those of you who will view this, and it'll be interesting to see whether this video has a large number of views this week or a small number of views. My guess is a small number of views, because I feel like this message is for all of you who are watching, but not necessarily a lot of people, not necessarily for a lot of you Leos. So, and I keep feeling compelled to say Gemini, so I don't know if that's meaningful to any of you out there, if Gemini is your moon and rising sign, or if a Gemini plays a big role in your life somehow, or if somehow you're a Gemini who's watching this, you think you're watching it for someone else, but this message is for you. I don't know, but I keep feeling compelled to say that. But yeah, this Ace of Wands, I feel, is really huge, huge, huge for you, my Leo friends. And the specifics of it, of course, will vary, but it's really about what you attract to you. The spiritual teachers, the spiritual, maybe books, videos, just experiences. It may even involve some people that you end up running into in your daily life while you're out there running your errands and living your life. So now the overall energy of death. So originally, this death card came out reversed. But as I was picking it up, I was like, okay, this is supposed to start out reversed and turn upright. So this is what I feel about this. Some of you may be resisting the transformation. Now, that just actually brought me back to when I was holding the Ace of Wands, and I was talking about how some of you may be worried that new spiritual beliefs will contradict your religious upbringing or something like that. And that may be where the resistance is coming in. I feel like if you're watching a tarot reading, you're already open to spirituality. So I can't imagine you're too closed off, but sometimes we close off certain aspects or certain things. I got the feeling that some of you may have already come across some type of teaching that you ignored because you thought it wasn't for you, and now you're going to come across it again and you're going to be more open to it. Like you just weren't quite ready for it. The universe put it in your experience so you would, see it or hear it. Like, let's just say, for example, if it were let's just say it's astrology or numerology or anything. It could be anything. It could be even a certain person, a certain teacher, or a certain book. But let's say it came across your path and you kind of ignored it. Maybe some of you even have like a book on the shelf, I want to say, so to speak. And you ignored it, but now you're going to come across it again, or you're going to remember it, and you're going to take another look at it, and it's going to be meaningful for you. I don't think that's for everybody, but I do think that's for some of you. So anyway, getting back to the death card, don't resist. So you might be, again, maybe you resisted maybe again, there's a book on your shelf. You started to read it, it wasn't meaningful, but now it's going to be. That's just an example. But I did feel compelled to turn the death card upright because it's really about transformation. It's about the logical progression of, in this case, your spiritual journey. The end of who you used to be. Maybe the end of outdated beliefs or old beliefs or things that don't serve you any longer. But it's kind of like the logical growth, the logical expansion, the ending of something to allow the new in. And because you're asking these questions, whether it's consciously or it's like kind of just a feeling in the back of your mind, a thought in the back of your mind, or a feeling, I also feel compelled to say that if you resist the transformation that you're looking for, if you close yourself off, then you may experience it in a different way, right? So for example, like the tower. I know people don't like the tower, but I actually do love the tower. The tower throws out the old, like the old regime. And in this case, it would be, the old regime might be old beliefs that don't serve you. So if you resist this transformation that you desire, that you're asking for, then you may experience it in more of like a tower way, which again is not a bad thing. It's really something gets like put in your face that you cannot deny. But it doesn't have to be a bad thing just because it's tossing things out and shaking things up. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I've had, experiences that have, shifted my, it's more about the suddenness of it, the shifting of the beliefs. Like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Now I know that it's this way and not that way, or what have you. Now I know I was wrong about this and not that, or what have you. So I'm feeling here, go with the flow. And I also feel the death card is the 13. 1 plus 3 reduces to 4. I feel if you can go with the flow, allow the old things that no longer serve you to die out and welcome in the new growth. Look at the new growth with this Ace of Wands. The new growth. Allow the new growth. If you do that, you will find a new place of stability. The number 4, 1 plus 3, reducing to 4. This death card will lead you, this death energy, this transformational energy will lead you to a new foundation from which you will continue to grow, but you will feel so, it's interesting, you will feel so grounded from this spiritual experience. I feel as though this spiritual understanding and knowledge and information that you are going to attract to you is going to enhance your human physical experience, because it's going to give you such a solid foundation, a solid understanding of who you really are and why you are here, and that this solid foundation is going to actually provide you more like freedom and excitement and enjoyment and alignment. I really feel like this is a really profound message for you, Leo. Listen, I would love to know if this resonates with you. You don't have to say much. I would just really, really love to know if this resonates with you, because I feel a very powerful and profound energy here for spiritual growth, expansion, transformation, and just allow it. Go with the transformational flow. Go with the transformational flow. Take that Ace of Wands and grow with it. Grow with it, grow with it, grow with it. Wow, Leo. Really, I love this message. I really, really do. Okay, my Leo friends, listen, if there is nothing in here for you, if you think I'm crazy with this message, go check out your moon and rising sign messages at High Priestess Influence. They're arranged by playlist, easy to find. Sometimes those messages resonate more, or they can even maybe enhance this one. But either way, thanks so much for being with me. I hope this week ahead is wonderful for you. I really hope this does resonate with you, because I love it. And I hope to see you back here again next week, my beautiful Leo friends.